Good evening, family. It is February 1st, 2022. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this video journal as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of achieving a healthy weight. If you enjoy my videos, make sure that you do get subscribed to my channel. Also, make sure you click on that bell icon so you'll get notified when I go live or when I post new videos. If you'd like to participate in on the discussion, you can join me live most weekdays or outside of my live streams. Consider joining our Discord. The link for that is down in the description below. Also, if you're interested in getting some idea of the meals that we enjoy, we have a link to a Pinterest board that has some of our family's favorite whole food plant based meals in it. Today is day 458 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of water fasting and a whole food, plant based, salt, oil, sugar free diet to lose almost 200 pounds at this point. I have like 21 months to go, but I do hope to lose most of the weight this year so that I can maintain that weight loss through 2022. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. If you have any questions, comments, want to share anything, I'd love to get any feedback or anything from you guys. So I am trying to do a new setup here, but it kind of threw me off because I wasn't able to hide one of the elements there. Jennifer's checking in saying, hello. Hi, Jen. I hope everything's going great for you today. I'm streaming a little bit later, so I'm sure it's a little bit different time for you than I'm normally on. I have to move a couple things here because this is bugging me. All right. So Jennifer says it looks great. You're not out of focus anymore. Yes, I had some changes with my camera. I think that this camera likes to autofocus a lot, but it does all right. It's much clearer, and I've also changed some of my upload settings. I think I was uploading at a lower resolution than I realized. So I changed a few of those things, and overall, I think it helped out the video on the stream. I got on today and posted a video. If you guys got a chance to check it out, it was a recap of January 2022. I went through and just kind of talked about the weight loss, the books that I was reading, things like that. I'm extremely happy with how January went. I lost more than 10 pounds. And with the goal I had, the goal I have to get down to my goal weight by the end of 2022 here, I need to lose over 9 pounds a month. So losing the 10 plus pounds that I lost in January is nice because I know it's going to get tough as I go. And then I was also kind of looking at a calendar and trying to get things planned out for the next few months. And I realized that if I continue on with this 10 pounds a month, that right at the time that I'm going to have my 40th birthday, I will be right at the 300-pound mark. And so I am extremely motivated to be under 300 pounds by my 40th birthday. I actually looked it up and it's 93 days from now. There's no reason why I couldn't be down that 20 pounds in 93 days. In fact, it's got me thinking about pushing it and getting as much weight off as possible by my 40th birthday. And just in my head sitting here thinking about, different things, I don't know. Well, I'll think of something to do. I am certainly going to get under 300 pounds by my 40th birthday. I may try to push it even further than that. So, but like I said, if you guys want to see a recap of my 2020, if you want to see my recap of January 2022, check out that video I posted earlier today. So yesterday, well, I hope everybody had a great evening since yesterday that I was on. My food has been extremely boring because I've been fasting. Jennifer says here that she was in the best shape of her life on her 40th birthday. That's partly because she had run 14 half marathons in the 4 months prior to it. Yes, as I was actually talking about it here and realizing that you were on your stream, I know that you had a big goal. You had big goals for your running for running on your 40th birthday. I think you did like 40 half marathons by your 40th or something like that. Crazy. I have not done any half marathons by my 40th, so I am fairly lazy in comparison. So, but yeah, I hope everybody had a great evening. After the stream yesterday, I ended up stopping by the store. It was kind of nice because uh, Jennifer, you ran your 40th half marathon on your 40th birthday. Yeah. And Jamie ran his first. Yes, my brother. Jennifer's my sister. Jamie's my brother. So the, um, stopped by the store last night. We needed to pick some things up. The kids needed bread. Me and Carrie needed apple juice for our oatmeal in the morning. And then I needed cherry juice because I love the tart cherry juice that we get from Walmart. And I wasn't planning on eating last night, and going to the store worked out nice because it delayed me getting home even later. Doing the stream at 6 o'clock, was late enough, but then going shopping pushed it even later. I wasn't around when anybody was eating, so it was very easy to fast through the evening last night. And I just kind of made sure I stayed away from the kitchen and the pantry. I did have a little bit of juice. I probably had 6 to 8 ounces, 6 to 8 ounces of cherry juice, and then like 4 ounces of apple juice. Jennifer's asking, did the kids try the snacks I sent you? I believe they got the snacks that you sent. Today, when I was leaving for work, I brought them in. So I do not know if they enjoyed them or not. Carrie had them out. I'm sure that they've tried them, and I'll get an update for you tomorrow. You'll have to come back and check out my video tomorrow to find out the answer if the kids liked the snack, unless Carrie pops in here and answers that question for me. So I had a little bit of cherry juice last night. I had probably like 4 ounces of the apple juice. So just some juice last night was the only calories I had in the evening. This morning we got up, we had our oatmeal that we normally have, or that we generally have. And then because I was eating this morning, I did sneak in a few cashews as well for some additional calories and a little bit of cherry juice because I love my cherry juice. The weight this morning when I got to work here was still a little bit higher than I would like it to be. So I think I'm going to plan to juice fast this evening, and possibly tomorrow morning as well, just to get a good weigh in. And like I said, I'm pretty motivated by the thought of seeing how much weight I can lose before I turn 40. It's kind of got a little fire going in me that wasn't there 12 hours ago because I hadn't thought about it. So we'll see what goes on tomorrow morning. But I'm looking forward to weigh in Wednesday tomorrow. it's just going to be a really late in the day weigh-in Wednesday. So that's going to be, yeah, I think I'll still do it live. I'll do a live tomorrow night. So that was really all I had for food. I've been drinking water. I picked up some bottled water when I was at Walmart last night. I guess I didn't add that to the list of things I bought, but I did buy some bottled water just so I had that for the next couple days. Um, and then I have been continuing to read the book by Michael Moss, Salt, Sugar, Fat. I really like the book. Like, again, I said the same thing about The Future of Nutrition, which is the book that I just read. But this book is just talks about so many things that I've seen in real life. I've seen these products hit the shelves. I've seen the advertising that they've put on these shelves. I've seen the changes that have happened to these foods in my lifetime. And then also I can see it's neat to kind of see the difference between what the food is now and how it started. Or um so the book right now is talking a lot about fat, and a big part of the fat that is in the US diet is cheese. And cheese kind of got its start in the 19 mid 19 between 1910 and 1920. Kraft is who created what is, what he created processed cheese. And that changed how cheese was distributed, how it was stored, how it was sold. It changed everything about cheese. And it's cool that this book is giving me all that information. I would never have known anything about Kraft. I would have never known about uh the father and son. Their last name was Dunn, that ran Coke, or didn't run Coke, I guess, but they were both executives at Coke at one point, and their history and how they got to the point that, how they got to uh these positions of power. And a lot of times those positions of power were gained by having high sales, and having high sales was figuring out something that other people didn't know about how to sell to people and how to get people hooked on these things. And the first part of this book was all about sugar, and I didn't even realize that it was going to be broken down this way. But the first part was 100% about sugar. Talked a lot about uh, Coca-Cola and soda, um, and all kinds of snacks like Jello and different things that they've put the maximum amount of sugar in to find that bliss point for. Now, this second part of the book is talking about fat. And I talked a little bit about the cheese and how Kraft kind of came about. But it really is focusing on fat, you know, in the process of finding what's going to hook people the most. They're very concerned about the texture foods have and what they call mouth feel, and adding fat to foods helps improve the texture or give it that mouth feel that people want. um in the book, he talks about how we don't have any gauge in our bodies for our fat consumption. We don't have anything in our body that says we are eating too much fat, or there's too much fat in an item. When they're doing these scientific studies on food, they find these bliss points for sugar, or these points where they can put if they put any more sugar in, then the taste of the food diminishes. With fat, there is no bliss point. They can just continue to add fat to the food, and um, people don't turn it away or push it away because it has too much fat. And I've kind of noticed that in, my whole food plant-based diet with the avocado. And the avocado has a very, or it has a higher fat concentration than any other vegetable or fruit that I eat. And for a while there, I was kind of like, the bigger the avocado, the better, because I just loved the taste of it. And there were times that I didn't have the mango pico de gallo I put on there. So I just had avocado on the toast. And to me, that tasted just like taking butter and putting it on a cracker. And it's because of the high concentration of fat that was in it. And towards the end there, when I was realizing that the avocado toast was probably slowing down my progress, or what was kind of keeping me at a stalemate here. I don't know if I said hi to Carrie, but Carrie checked in and said hi. Hi, Carrie. I hope everything's going great at home. Um, that by the end of it with the avocado toast, I was kind of trying to find smaller avocados, or trying to reduce the size of the avocado, because I was using the whole avocado every time I made the avocado toast. And I was trying to reduce the calories just by having a smaller size avocado. And it's funny how that is like if you look up how many calories are in an avocado, you can get a number, but there's definitely difference between the sizes of avocados. And so there's I know I've had avocados that had twice as many calories as other ones, just based on the size. Anyways, but yeah, with the book, I'm really excited about the part that he's just introduced in as I was parking my vehicle, essentially. And it was really, he's getting into the dairy industry's history in our society since the 1930s. He essentially says that in the 1930s, uh, the U.S. government decided that dairy was vital to the nation's health, and that's when it started to subsidize and do some other things that I haven't gotten into, but I'm very excited to find out about, because that is um, really, like I said, the book, everything that this book has been talking about has been stuff that I've really um but feel like I've harped on about, like with the marketing they've been doing to us, and how I really like eating a whole food plant-based diet, because I don't feel like I'm being marketed to anymore. There's no double blind placebo tests that have been done to find out if I will like that apple. Like, I mean, there are some of them, but there's not corporations investing millions of dollars into finding the exact apple that I am going to eat, and then cloning that specific apple. There's such a variety in things, like I said, the avocados and the apples and the bananas, even that just being out of that system and not being marketed to, and like I said, listening to the book and seeing how I was marketed to so heavily. Like, they talk about the cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I remember it coming out. I remember buying lots and lots and lots of diet cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. And to hear the story of how they hired, this they hired this company, I guess, that was run by Howard Moskowitz, to create the perfect combination of flavors that would attract the most people. And just the amount of effort and money that was put into, the amount of effort that they put into hooking me, like, sure, they did it to hook the whole nation, but they got me. They hooked me with it. I bought hundreds, thousands of those. And I mean, and that's just one product. Like, He talks about the breakfast cereals. You know, I don't know how many times I've had Cinnamon Toast Crunch as an adult, but that would be one of those cereals that is completely marketed, branded, designed to for kids to crave. It has super high sugar concentrations in it, and it's almost ridiculous to actually consider the amounts of sugar that he's talking about. You know, in this book, he names items like he'll mention um a soda, and then he'll mention exactly how many tablespoons or teaspoons of sugar are in that product. And one of the Capri Suns, there's more sugar, there used to be. Maybe it's different now, but at one point there was more sugar per ounce in a Capri Sun than there was in a Coca-Cola at one point. But because they had a little bit of fruit in there, they were able to say with natural flavors or with real fruit juice, and the sales went through the roof. And the parents weren't drinking these things; they were giving them to their kids, so they didn't care how sweet they were, and they saw how happy it made their kids, so they kept buying them. You know, and it we don't know. You know, like if they showed you how much actual sugar they were putting in these products, you wouldn't be buying them. You know, just like if you actually watched how every piece of meat was produced prior to it landing on your plate, you probably wouldn't eat meat anymore either, you know? So anyways, I'm very happy with the book. It is definitely worth reading if you have the time. It is Salt, Sugar, Fat by Michael Moss. And you know, I had a plan to have the thing up on the screen the whole time because I had it up in my recap video. Anyways, I am going to get out of here today, guys. I did not want to take up too much time. I feel like I did yesterday, and I got weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow. I need to head home, make sure that the house didn't burn down and that Carrie is surviving without me. So I want to thank you guys for checking out today's video. Again, make sure you go and check out my recap video for January 2022. Like that video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Click on the bell icon so you'll get alerted when I go live. And if you guys have not started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's no event coming up that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. It's it seems insurmountable, but it's never going to happen unless you get started. So get started right now and go all in. You know, I mean, you can try to convince yourself that you'll make a little bit of a change here, or that you'll eat less food, or, you know, make small, you know, do it in moderation, and it doesn't happen. You have to go all in. You have to make big changes. If you want to see big changes in your life, you have to make big changes. So get started right now. Go all in. If you have not tried a whole food plant-based diet, give it a shot. It is worth it. Give it 3 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. And if you don't see an improvement, then you can go back to eating the shit you were eating. But if you're eating a real whole food plant-based diet, and if you want to get crazy and eliminate the salt, oil, sugar, and see some major benefits to your health, do it. Do it right now. I will talk to you guys all tomorrow for weigh-in Wednesday.